Good morning, HIS, and welcome to another edition of News and Views. This is Joyce Chang. Last month, Hong Kong was excited by the arrival of Christian Bale and the Batman crew coming to film the Hong Kong segment of The Dark Knight. News and Views reporters Murphy Tang and Chris Chung scaled the bamboo scaffolding to get a story, and by the way, away from Christian Bale.
The Warner Brothers Film Company came to Hong Kong in mid-November to film scenes for the upcoming installment of the Batman movies, The Dark Knight. Scenes were filmed over a period of 8 days. Other Hong Kong scenes in the movie were filmed in a studio in London. The first few days were spent filming the landscape of Hong Kong with low-flying airplanes and helicopters. On November 9th, hundreds of reporters, photographers, and fans flocked to the central escalator to catch a glimpse of Christian Bale and Morgan Freeman filming a scene. In between takes, the actors gave the crowd a friendly wave. The fans watched in awe for hours as the actors filmed the scene over and over again in many angles. Later that night, fans followed the crew to the IFC building, where scenes were filmed on the rooftop. Over the next couple of days, other scenes were filmed around the Central and Wan Chai areas.
It was reported that the arrival of Batman and the production team was not met with enthusiasm from many citizens. The media claimed that people were annoyed with the noise and light pollution caused by the airplanes and late-night filming, but this was not the case. We had the privilege of speaking with Philip Lee, the line producer of the Hong Kong segment of the movie, who told us more about the situation.
Complication, yes, it's always complication. As you know, that Hong Kong is a very congested city, so we have to deal with the logistic for having the C-130 Hercules airplane, doing a low flight in Hong Kong. That it took us almost a year to negotiate with the Hong Kong government, with the civil aviation department. I said, we also sent out 40,000 letters to the people in Central and in Wan Chai to tell them that we will have low flying of the helicopter. We asked people to turn on the light for us, but not in a forceful way. So people, they could say yes, they could say no. But I would say, we send out a lot of letters, and 1/3 of the people say yes, 1/3 of the people say no, and 1/3 of the people didn't respond. And we only received 40 calls from the citizens, from the people of Hong Kong, and half of them were from the media, and some of them wants to be extras in the movies, and some of them wants to work for us. So everything was very positive. There are a couple of people that they're concerned whether it will be very noisy for us, but we just take time to call everybody back and explain to them the situation. No, we have not received any single complaint from the Hong Kong population. Yes, originally Batman has to jump from the C-130 into the water. Yes, we did a water test, but before we decided to shoot that sequence in Hong Kong, the director has changed his mind. So Batman will not be coming into Hong Kong while the C-130 Hercules. We watch it, and Hong Kong looks gorgeous.
Hong Kong will feature in about 6 to 8 minutes of the movie. We look forward to seeing Hong Kong's segment in The Dark Knight. News and Views recognizes the pun in the title. Ironic that our city of lights that we're trying to turn off to save our environment became a significant issue in the filming of Batman. This is Murphy Tang
And Chris Chung for News and Views.
Thank you, Murphy and Chris. Now let's turn to Zara Malik and Alex Lee for some current campus news.
Good morning, HKIS. This is Zara Malik
and Alex Lee,
bringing you current campus news. Tonight, The Miser will be showing, and we have brought down some of the cast. We've brought down Kevin Kuzunoki, Robert Burrows, and Justin Turley to tell us a bit more about it.
Hey guys, we're the cast of The Miser.
Hello.
Hi. And The Miser showing tonight, Friday night, and Saturday night, so do come out and watch us.
Yeah. The Miser, it's about a greedy person. He likes to hoard gold, and he's played by Robert Hutton, who's actually very good.
So come tonight, or tomorrow, or the day after, and support us because it is a funny play.
And it's good. And I'm in it.
Thank you, guys. Remember the show tonight. And if anyone else is looking for time to kill, our girls' rugby team is playing on the field tonight, so please come and support our girls.
And in other news, disappointing things have been happening around our school. Theft. Just yesterday, a student in the study room had lost his wallet and his iPod. So remember to keep your belongings to yourself. And if you have any information about what is going on, make sure you tell someone so we can help stop this.
And just recently, Anson Chan, Hong Kong's former top civil servant, won by election to sit in the city's legislature. Anson Chan is a firm supporter of democracy, and her winning is a huge step for Hong Kong to follow the footsteps of other democratic nations.
And finally, News and Views has received notice from the library that they are collecting $10 donations. And for each donation that is received, they will put an ornament on our giving tree. So in Christmas spirit, please donate $10 to the library, and they will put up an ornament in your respect, and all donations will be going to Room to Read.
That's all for current news today, HKIS. Now back to you, Joyce.
Thank you, Zara and Alex. We are all looking forward to interims in March next year. We go now to reporters Amy Robertson and Emma Revis for their report on the cost for this year's interim.
Interim, as we all know, is an opportunity to experience service, culture, and adventure in a different cultural setting. It is a week-long off-campus program compulsory to the school's curriculum. This alternative educational program was developed for students to gain a greater knowledge of the world around them.
In this one-week period, students interact with peers from grades 9 to 12 as well as the locals. Students select their destinations from a wide range of countries, ranging from Europe, Hong Kong, and throughout Asia Pacific.
Interim offers programs within a wide financial range. However, we have noticed this year that there has been a steep increase in costs. We interviewed students during the school's interim marketplace to see how costs for interim in general affects the students at our school and if the marketplace helps students make their decisions.
News and Views asked students about whether price is a factor in their choices and why they've visited particular marketplaces.
I just thought, it's interim, so I'll pick whatever I want to go.
Thank you. Most students were oblivious to the price change.
No, I'm not aware of the price change.
No, I am not aware.
No, I'm not aware.
No, I'm not aware.
However, some students did notice this increase in cost, and as it did affect some, most didn't seem to care.
I did notice that the prices went up, but that kind of sucks, but
I'm going to stay in Hong Kong because interim elsewhere is very expensive, and yeah.
We interviewed Ms. Vos, leader of the Switzerland Interim, and asked her if she thought the price change would have any effect on the number of sign-ups.
I don't think so, because our interim's always been really popular. Everybody likes to go skiing, so I don't think in this instance it will have any effect.
We also interviewed Mr. Ladner, the assistant principal, about the reasons of this price change.
When constructing the budgets, the teachers discovered that in a number of cases the vendors, the people on the ground in Australia, New Zealand or wherever, have increased their costs for their whatever reasons. The prices do go up, and we do expect from year to year, by nature of the business, that things do increase to some extent. Probably one of the big factors this year is that the airfares to Australia particularly, but airfares in general, have gone up. Taxes, of course, is always a problem, and they add an extra burden to the overall fare cost. So yes, airfares have gone up.
News and Views chose a few interim sites, including Hong Kong, to demonstrate this increase. Freshman year, we found that the maximum price was 15,999 Hong Kong dollars, as there was a limit of 16,000 Hong Kong dollars, whereas now the maximum has reached close to 21,000 Hong Kong dollars, nearly a $5,000 increase.
We came to the conclusion that most students at HKIS were oblivious to this change in cost, and that many of the faculty were unable to give us answers to our question and circumvented the topic. This is Amy Robertson
and Emma Revis,
News and Views.
Thank you, Amy and Emma. Now Lucy Keneally brings us an editorial on a slightly different interim issue.
It is always an exciting time of the year, getting interim forms, going through the extensive list, and carefully selecting your top 4 choices. But this year, in addition to increasing prices, there has also been an issue of student interference in interim assignments. an unknown number of students who had access to the program manipulated the supposed automatic computer-generated pairing of student and interim course, a pairing which is carefully concealed until the official announcement. This year, most students prior to the official announcement had found out where they were going. Somehow, some unauthorized changes were made. People were swapped around from interims in order to be with friends or go to their desired locations. Once this was detected, some names had to be re-entered into the system and their interim site reorganized. A number of people before this redo had received their number one choice, but later fell victim to a change of site. This was ultimately unfair to people who had not been part of tampering with the program. This calls into question whether our school should allow student-led programs to determine such decisions as this. The trust was broken not only with teachers, but also with the student body. We need to value the opportunities we get for responsibility and not abuse it. We need to think about the student body as a whole and not just be concerned about accommodating our personal preferences.
Thank you, Lucy. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in.